At the Father's Day dinner, my cousin smirked and said, "We emptied your bank account, think of it as a group gift." Then my brother added, "You always say family comes first, so we went first." I smiled, quietly cancelled every payment in their names, and got up from the table. 10 minutes later, the doorbell rang, and everything changed. "You've always been the family's wallet," my cousin Adam said, raising his glass with a cruel smile meant to embarrass me. I didn't say anything, I was too shocked by how everyone at the table laughed. "You're joking, right?" I asked, trying to laugh. Then my brother Dylan leaned back, napkin tucked in like a bib, and said, "You always say family comes first, it's just basic math." I looked around the table, no one looked surprised, not my mom, who calmly sipped her wine, not my dad, who had just toasted to strong family ties, not even Aunt Monica, who once cried over a $30 fee but now just shrugged. They all knew. As usual, I paid for everything, the dinner, the wine, the private room, the dessert. I always tried, even though Father's Day was never easy. But this was different. "You really emptied my account," I said quietly. Adam stayed calm. "Group gift, we just moved the family money around, you never say no anyway." Dylan leaned closer. "It was just sitting there, money's just a tool, you love us, right? So what's the big deal?" I smiled, not because I was okay, but because I finally saw the truth. They thought I'd never stop, that I'd always play the generous fool, that I was too soft to walk away. But they forgot something. I may have paid for dinner, but I had proof. I quietly pulled out my phone. While they chatted and drank, I canceled every payment I had set up for them: Dylan's car insurance, Adam's rent, the family Spotify, Mom's Amazon account. All of it. I hit confirm on the last one, stood up, and walked away. "Where are you going?" Dad asked. "Bathroom," I said, but I didn't go there, I walked straight out into the evening air. 10 minutes later, the doorbell rang, and everything changed. I got texts before I even reached the parking lot. "Dylan, what did you do?" "Mom, please come back, this is a misunderstanding." "Adam, it was a joke." "Mun, come on." They thought it was all funny, mocking me, draining my money, and toasting to it in front of family. But this didn't start at dinner, it had been going on for years. I was always the one fixing things, paying late bills, helping Adam when his card didn't work, covering for Dylan when he lost his license. They never asked, they just told me. Like when Mom said, "We listed you as co-signer for Dylan's loan, it's just paperwork, don't worry." Or when Dad broke his foot and suddenly I was paying the mortgage, "You don't want us to lose the house, right?" Then came the family group chat incident. 6 months ago, Adam shared a screenshot of my dating profile in the chat with the caption, "Our local ATM trying to find love." Everyone laughed, even Aunt Monica wrote, "He's such a sweet boy, hope someone sees past the desperation." No one defended me, not even Mom. When I asked her about it later, she said, "It's just teasing, that's how family shows love, it's tough love." Then the money really started disappearing. At first, I thought I was just spending too much, but soon I saw charges I didn't recognize. A wedding deposit I didn't make, a $900 charge through Apple Pay. Turned out Dylan was using an old device still linked to my account. When I asked him about it, he laughed, "You make 6 figures, don't act poor." Then Dad started calling more often, not to chat, but to ask for help, taxes, house repairs. I always paid. Then I heard from a cousin that Dad told everyone he paid for my college. That was the final straw. 1 week before dinner, I saw $12,300 missing from my savings. I thought it was fraud, but the bank said it came from my own IP address. Then I remembered Adam borrowing my laptop. He must have installed remote access. When I asked him, he didn't even deny it. "Why are you acting like a cop? It's just money, we needed it." "Who's we?" I asked. He smiled, "The family." That night at dinner, when he toasted to my pain like it was a joke, I finally understood. I was done. They weren't just using me, they were building something with it, not like parasites, which feed quietly. These people laughed while they took. They were builders. They made a system where I was just a source of money, and the saddest part? I let it happen. I thought that if I gave enough, they'd finally treat me like real family, not just a bank, but all I got was their punchline. When I left that restaurant, I didn't go home. I went to my office and opened my files, because I hadn't just been sending money, I'd been collecting proof, screenshots, texts, voice recordings, like the one where Adam said, "If he finds out we took the money, just say it was a gift for Dad, he won't fight back." Or when Dylan joked in the group chat about how easy it was to trick me. But there was something worse, something I hadn't told anyone yet. 2 years ago, Dad convinced me to invest in some land in Temecula. He said it would become a vineyard. Last month, I checked the records because something felt off. I found out they used my name and credit to take out a business loan, and never paid it back. My credit score was sinking, and I didn't even know, because they had all the mail sent to a family P.O. box Adam opened. So no, that dinner wasn't the big blow-up. It was just the final spark, and that doorbell ringing? That's when the real fight started, but not with shouting, no. I wasn't going to yell. I was going to take apart everything they built, one piece at a time. And it started with who was standing at the door. It was Mara, my financial advisor. More than that, she was the one who helped me track every stolen dollar, every account they touched, every lie they told. She wasn't smiling. She held a folder in one hand and her phone in the other. I let her in without saying a word. At the table, time seemed to stop. Adam had his drink halfway to his lips. Dylan was texting under the table. Dad was still chewing. Only Mom reacted. Who is this? I sat at the head of the table. This, I said, is the person who helped me find out where all my money went. Adam scoffed. Oh please, this is dramatic. It's not illegal to help family. Mara opened the folder and laid out 5 documents. I slid them across the table, one at a time. A loan application signed in my name. A transfer from my business account to Adam's crypto wallet. A screenshot of Dylan logging into my bank using a fake IP address. A group chat transcript, with timestamps. An audio file named Dad's Plan. I pressed play. Dad's voice filled the room. If he finds out, just say it was for him, Father's Day, retirement, whatever. He won't take us to court, he's too soft. Silence. Mara added, that recording came from a cloud backup. You didn't realize your Dropbox was still synced. Dad slammed his glass. So you're recording us now? I looked at him calmly. No, you recorded yourself. You just forgot to delete it. Adam stood up. You're acting like we're criminals. It was a misunderstanding. Mara handed me a flash drive. Show them. I plugged it in. A file popped up. Family_debt_payment_agreement. PDF, a fake contract between me and Dylan. My signature was there, but I never signed it. Metadata showed it was created by Adam Lockwood. I turned the screen to Adam. Recognize this? He opened his mouth but said nothing. Dylan swore under his breath. I didn't think he'd actually file it. Dylan said, it was just in case. And the $12,000 you took last week? I asked. No answer. Then Mom stood up, her voice shaking. You're tearing this family apart over money. I laughed, but it wasn't happy. It was like a broken sob. No, Mom, you did, when you all decided that love was measured by how much you could take from me. I pulled out one last envelope. Inside were records of every payment I'd made for them in the past 3 years, over $86,000. I read the total out loud. Adam turned pale. Dylan stood up and muttered, I need air, before walking out. Dad stared at his plate. Mom whispered, we didn't know it was that much. Then the doorbell rang again. Everyone jumped. I smiled. I think that one's for you. Dad opened the door. In walked Eric, Adam's ex, the one everyone used to laugh at. Now he had a tablet in hand and gave me a polite nod. Ready? He asked. I nodded. He put the tablet on the table and hit play. A recorded video call from 3 weeks ago. Adam on screen. We're gonna drain his account. Call it a Father's Day gift. He won't notice. If he does, we'll spin it. What if he finds out? Then we make him doubt himself. You're good at playing innocent, right? Eric paused the video. I saved that just in case I needed to remind people who betrayed who. Adam tried to grab the tablet. Mara stepped in. Touch that again, and I'll press charges. Dad turned red. You think this makes you better than us? You're just showing off. This isn't family. I stood up slowly. No, this is the truth. Then I looked around the room. I've canceled everything, every payment, every auto transfer, every loan. Your subscriptions? Gone. Adam's rent, Dylan's car insurance, Mom's grocery card? Gone. I paused. And tomorrow, the IRS gets a report about that fake business loan. Good luck with the audit, Dad. Dad jumped like he might hit me. Eric stepped in front of him, firm. Sit down. I picked up the papers, pocketed the flash drive, and turned to leave. Adam muttered, You're really just leaving? I looked back. Yes, quietly, that's more respect than you ever gave me. And I walked out into the night. No yelling, no fight, just me, finally free. The next morning, I posted everything online. No big rant, no crying video, just a post titled, What Family First Really Meant in My House. Attached were all the files, the chat screenshots, the fake loan, the audio of Dad, the forged contract, the missing money records, the video of Adam bragging. I didn't tag anyone, I didn't need to. It spread fast, 12,000 shares in hours. It hit Reddit, then TikTok. One clip, where Adam said we came first, got over 3 million views in a day. I didn't read every comment, but most said the same thing. Imagine mocking the person who paid for your entire life. And I smiled. That night, Dylan texted me 19 times. First he said, "We need to talk." Then, "That post is ruining us, please delete it." Finally, "You think this is funny? You're destroying your own family." I didn't respond. At 8 p.m., a local reporter messaged me. She said my story had gone viral and asked if it was true. I replied with one sentence. "Everything I posted has proof, and that's not even half of it." She published the article that night. The title was, "Family First Until the Money Runs Out, A Quiet Son, an $86,000 Betrayal, and the Viral Fallout." The story exploded. The next morning, Mom posted on Facebook saying, "We're not perfect, but we're still family. The internet shouldn't be used to tear each other down. Forgiveness matters." But the comments weren't what she expected. People called her out. "Did you forgive yourselves when you stole from him? Forgiveness isn't an excuse to avoid consequences." Then Adam tried to defend himself online, saying it was all just a misunderstanding, but someone found an old Reddit comment where he bragged about guilt-tripping me. He deleted his account that night. Dad stayed quiet. Instead, I got a legal letter from his lawyer, written in Comic Sans, believe it or not, accusing me of ruining the family's name. I sent back one sentence. "Telling the truth isn't slander, and you lost your legacy when you used my love against me." Then something unexpected happened. The bank called. Mara had flagged so many shady transactions that the bank launched an investigation. They froze 3 family accounts. Then the IRS called. That fake vineyard business loan? Dad had claimed it was veteran-owned. There were problems with the paperwork. My grandpa, who I hadn't even told yet, gave them the original military documents. He called me afterward and simply said, "Told you," mud on their knees. Meanwhile, I was finally living. I moved into a quiet, clean apartment, no guilt, no chaos. I started a YouTube channel, not about revenge, but about financial independence. The first video was called, "What Happens When Your Family Uses Guilt Against You, and How to Take Back Control." It got over 300,000 views in 3 days. People messaged me, thanking me for helping them find courage to say no. A nonprofit for adults from toxic families reached out and asked me to speak at their fall conference. I said yes. Dylan tried one more time. He came to my place with tired eyes and cheap flowers. I opened the door just a bit and said, "I spent years making your life easier. You made mine harder. I'm not here to help you feel better about it." Then I closed the door. I changed every login, every number, shut down all the accounts they used, Mom's emergency fund, the Family Prime, Spotify, gym memberships, Costco card, all of it. Then I posted one last photo, my new keychain with a tag that said account closed. The caption, "Turns out family wasn't first. I was just the first they used." And you know what? I wasn't even mad anymore. Not after the viral videos. Not after the bank or the IRS. Not even after the legal threats. I was just done. Done pretending to be part of a family that only called when they needed money. Done being told I was too sensitive when I stood up for myself. Done being treated like a wallet with feelings. Mom's final message said, "You've made your point, can we move forward?" I did move forward, just not with her. I changed my number. Only 5 people have the new one. None of them are related to me. I went full-time with my YouTube channel, called it Debt Free by Design. My first hoodie sold out in 48 hours. I even made a playlist called Songs to Cut Toxic Ties To. The cover? A screenshot of Dylan's "We Need to Talk" text. But my favorite part? I took some of the money I recovered and opened a small co-working cafe. A place for people like me, grown-ups from toxic homes learning to build a new life. It's clean, safe, and calm. The sign outside says, "First place, because I always came last." Not anymore. The ribbon cutting went viral again. Someone tagged Adam. He didn't say anything. Dylan posted on his story, "Some people forget who fed them." I almost laughed. You didn't feed me. I paid for the food. I paid for dessert. I paid the tip, and got betrayed for it. But now? I eat in peace. I sleep without panic. No more 2 a.m. "Can I borrow $400? Texts. No more guilt. So let me say this loud. I'm not a villain for choosing peace. I'm not cruel for refusing to pay for my own pain. And I am not your redemption story. This isn't about revenge. It's about boundaries. This isn't the happy ending where I forgive you and we hug. This is the part where I live well, without you. This is the part where I say, you lost access to me,